Buckle up, wrestling fans. We are chilling at the US-12 Bar and Grille in Wayne, Michigan for the Championship Wrestling Association's Showcase 6 weigh-in show, and it's all presented by our friends and tonight's host, US-12 Bar and Grille. Hey, Michigan, let's hear you out there because our good friends at Beat the Streets Detroit are bringing y'all folk style gone pro. Let's go. That's right. It is a wrestling night in Michigan. Good evening, wrestling fam. Smitty coming at you with my dudes, the commish, and our badass Mad Side reporter, Derek Caldwell. Let's get started with you. I have to preempt this with this man works tirelessly, endless hours. It's been going on now for about 2 years. Had the plan, had the idea, built a plan, and now we are executing. Derek, it's been about a year and a half since we've had our first showcase 2 Junes ago back in Pittsburgh. This past July, we came up with the idea we're going to do 5 showcases in 5 months in our hot markets. Here we are on our 3rd showcase in the month of September, right? It is September. How did we get to Detroit and talk about the partnership? What made them a hot market?
Yeah, I mean, so obviously thanks, Smitty, for bringing us in here this evening. Excited to be in the Motor City here this week. Obviously a little bit of a different setup for us on a Wednesday night. Typically this is a Friday night show for us, but ultimately, Beat the Streets Detroit, they reached out to us and being able to partner with us and wanted to see what we could do for the kids and coming out and doing a showcase. And obviously for us, we said, yeah, absolutely. Anything for the kids to be able to grow this sport, to be able to get ourselves out, for the kids to see it, for the kids to have an opportunity to meet some of our professional folk style wrestlers. That's exactly what's up our alley. So, we're in the 3rd of 5 showcases over the course of 5 months. We were in Pittsburgh 2 months ago, end of July, had a banger at Live Casino, and then last month in the middle of August we were in New Jersey out in Toms River, and great matches were happening there. Some surprising matches, I think, for some people. They weren't sure what to expect with some of the athletes, but I think they all had a great performance out there. And here we are again, right back at it here in the Motor City. Really excited to be here, and guys, it's going to be a fun night tomorrow.
It is, and we'll get to all the details of tomorrow night's Showcase 6 event, where it's going to be, where you can get tickets, where you can buy some swag, etc. But first, I got to bring in that badass Mad Side reporter. They call him D. Hall. Mr. Donnie Hall, how are you, and how pumped are you?
I am so freaking excited for this, man. Just coming up here, riding through the hills of Ohio, and then getting on the, the flat plains there after you get past the Great Lakes. It's just it's really exciting to be in a new market, be in a new area, and just bring the CWA flavor, the folk style wrestling flavor to Detroit. We got some fantastic matches getting set to go on tomorrow. 2 fantastic heavyweight matches, a sneaky match that we just announced yesterday, which Derek, I'll let him talk more about here in a second, but and obviously our headliner, the Peyton Hall and Cam and Me match. I can't wait. It's going to be a fantastic night tomorrow night.
Derek, explain the founding of the CWA, kind of jump on your soapbox, break it down, and then I want you to jump into a little bit of the card and how you built this card.
Yeah, so, Folk Style Gone Pro, really it's more of a mission than anything. We knew that in North America there's no professional folk style wrestling league, and we wanted to bring that for these college athletes and for the fans of these college athletes as well. We see it every year at NCAAs. Everybody shows out for their team, their favorite athletes, and we want to be able to continue to build that. So right now we're running these showcases. That's not the long-term goal, though. Dual meet season coming fall of 2026 after Worlds. That's when things are going to kick off for us there. But right now, in this card, in this moment, being able to bring the heavyweight matches back, huge for us. We love having the big boys on the card. They're some of the best matches that we have at the CWA. And then obviously Cam Amin, Peyton Hall, what more can you say? 2 studs in their own right. They've had some history, both being Big 12 competitors. Cam, a 4-time All-American, Peyton, a 3-time All-American. I'm sure with that being the final match of the night, we're going to see some fireworks between those 2.
For sure, DC. And, I'm excited to have Meach back. He's the 2nd-time offender.
3rd time.
With the CW. Third time.
Third time.
Sorry,
he did the first 2.
The first 2 out in Pittsburgh. The first and only overtime match against Jordan Wood. One of the most amazing matches. A display of
literally
absolutely
just said that to
something inhuman. And he won in overtime. You can go back and watch that on our YouTube channel. it's going to be a great night. And he did a great job up in Williamsport with a big win over Schuyler's. So we're excited to have him back for a three-peat. D, I think it's time to bring up a special guest, a good friend of ours, and a big reason why we're out here in Detroit.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And this
All
is
right.
you
introduce him.
this is a big deal here, man. This is our guy, Mr. Joe Russo, the guy that's kind of making this all happen. Here's some claps in the background. He deserves way more than that. Man, it's a really big deal. Joe partnering with us with Beat the Streets, really brings that the same mission that we're all kind of working towards, just to grow the sport. And really, I had a good conversation with him before we kind of got started. Just the base level of the sport, right, is the youth, right? And all of us, we've wrestled in our past, and we know so much. Like at that youth level, it creates that such great trajectory for life. So I'm so excited to have you here, or have you with us here, and thank you, man.
Yeah, no, thank you guys. I appreciate you guys. Everything coming out and everything we've done this far. I mean, we go back now almost a year. It's coming on that year that Williamsport.
Happens fast.
It goes by real fast, and this is 4 that I've either been at or been part of, and kind of got to watch the evolution of what you guys have been doing. And I know I'm super appreciative. I mean, we're here in this region is super appreciative. I know wrestling in general, right, is appreciative of what you guys are doing. These guys, just an amazing platform, and you guys are doing a great job. So kudos to you guys, and thank you for giving us to Beat the Streets Detroit and our kids an opportunity, not just Detroit, but Cleveland, and kind of even beyond, just being able to watch this and watch these guys compete and keep it going is really special. So it's been fun, just up to this point.
So thank you for having us, and thank you for all of your promotion out here. I mean, I believe he was on a radio station yesterday promoting the event, and then he told us a couple nights ago we were having a pre-production show meeting that there's going to be some news channels coming out. So needless to say, they're doing a great job of promoting the event. Tell us about Beat the Streets, the mission, how it was founded, your role as the executive director.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it was founded in 2009. Mark Chirella and Mike Rodriguez, those guys are legends, not only here in Michigan, but across the country. And of course, Coach Chirella, being an Olympian and all that. I mean, and with what they've done with Cliff Keen and all of the things they've done here in Detroit over the last 15 years, we've been able to not only produce some of the top kids in the region, locally, but a lot of those kids haven't been able to get out over the last several years, and that's been our big focus now, is helping to expand, grow. We're expanding now into Detroit public schools, expanding there in the high schools and the K through 8 space, and really just trying to get wrestling exposed to more kids, to teach not just the wrestling piece, but everything that comes off the mat, right? And all of the discipline and resiliency and just everything that we know, and we can sit here and talk all night about the great things about wrestling and what it contributes to society, and kind of how it works with child development and things like that. But our mission is very simple. I mean, we improve the lives of children and communities through the sport of wrestling. And I don't care if you're a state champ or a national champ or never win a match in your life, right? I want to know what kind of person you're going to be, right? What kind of community member, father, mother, daughter, right? All of these things out here in the community, being a good person. So that's our main focus.
Well, and it's such a beautiful thing, because the explosion of girls and women's wrestling. Mm-hmm. So now it's not just half of the household that can take advantage of Beat the Streets, it's the whole household. And we're seeing such a growth in, again, expansion or explosion in gymnasiums with men and women or girl and boys wrestling across the country. It's the fastest growing sport. So love what you do at Beat the Streets. Derek, I know you have some things to say. Go ahead.
Well, I'm just super excited, obviously, to be here, and obviously our friendship and partnership has definitely grown over the course of the last year, and being able to get this thing out here finally. I feel like we've been talking about it for about 9-10 months, and now we finally are making it happen here. So I'm super excited to see how this thing goes tomorrow. But we got a big match tomorrow also. You got Levi Foster, who's a part of the Beat the Streets Detroit system, and then you have Darion Williams coming in from Cleveland from that Beat the Streets chapter. So talk a little bit about that, like the excitement around Levi competing right here in the Motor City.
Yeah, no, super pumped for that. I mean, I've known Levi now for several years. His dad and I coached together at the high school level, and we were able to bring a district title in our first year together, and they're here tonight, so they're here and, hanging out with us. And, Levi he's tough, and Darion's tough. And they wrestled each other this summer at the Beat the Streets Nationals freestyle, and Darion got it on him. And so Levi wanted it folk style. So, we said we'd make it happen. And I didn't think we were going to make it happen like this, but, this is just the way it was supposed to be, I guess. But both those guys are tough. And I know, now Darion now a couple years as well. Even before I started with Beat the Streets, with my high school team, we were down in Ohio, and I'm like, man, who's this kid? He's out here crushing it. One of my other kids is like, I don't know if I want to wrestle him. I'm like, I don't know if I want. Yeah, good luck with that, buddy. He's, he didn't have to wrestle him. He lost that match, but Darion, and then I know his uncle, the executive director down there in Cleveland, Demetrius Williams as well. And the relationship that we've had with them, and then include Chicago and national. Just Beat the Streets in general as a national organization is doing amazing work right now, and it's really special to be a part of, and I'm really excited that we're all here together.
Yeah, we nailed that segment right here. It's just like a late kind of edition, and we absolutely nailed it. If you're not excited for what's happening tomorrow night at Wayne Memorial High School at 7 p.m., you need to check your pulse. It's going to get real. We're going to have 5 matches.
We got 5.
5 matches. It all starts at 7. But let's take it back over to Derek. Talk about the lineup of events that's happening tomorrow.
Yeah.
I actually have that if you need.
No, we got it. Listen, it's all in the steel trap, baby. Right. Don't worry about it. Yeah. So 3 p.m., right? School starts to let out. It's Thursday. Some of these schools, I've come to find out, don't have class tomorrow. So awesome opportunity for them to get over to Wayne Memorial High School at 3 p.m. for a meet and greet with the CWA wrestlers. Then at 4 to 5:30, the Grappler Fall Classic Clinic is happening with the CWA athletes as well. And then I think some other coaches from the area are coming in too. Correct me if I'm wrong, Joe. And so that's happening from 4 to 5:30. You can actually train with these CWA athletes that are going to be competing that tomorrow night. And then 5:30, doors open, slapping hands. It's probably 7:05 after we sing the national anthem. Yes, we sing the national anthem as a group here at CWA. It was birthed in Pittsburgh, and we're keeping it going. So if you come, make sure you gargle some salt water first, because we got to be ready to sing at 7 p.m.
I think it came from the Beat the Street seating section, too. That's where the say. Yeah, I think it was one of y'all over there.
Probably, possibly.
What can we say?
Motown, that Motown spirit.
A lot of leaders over there. I love it.
That Motown soul is coming out.
Belted out the O, and everybody just took over. So, yeah, that's our... That's how we do it at the CWA. Coach, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you
guys. We're going to get to the weigh-in.
Thank you guys. Yep.
Appreciate you.
Donnie, I love you so much, but you were like a human space heater. I'm going to move over here just a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Who's reigning first?
Well, first we got the main event, so we're going to start off there. So we're going to bring those guys up.
Peyton Hall
and Cam Amin, you guys come on up. We're going to start with Peyton.
Yeah.
Peyton, come on up.
Attention.
Well, both weigh in, and then we'll have Peyton go
170
first.
pounds. Peyton's going to step on the scale first. Let me turn it on.
You take the other mic.
Peyton Hall of the Pittsburgh Skywalkers. Cam Amin, Lehigh Valley Hellbenders. Everybody might be asking, what is a Hellbender? I actually had to ask, and if you don't know what it is, it's a very large salamander that's kind of privy to the Lehigh Valley area. It's it's not an attractive creature.
No.
But that is what a Hellbender is, a large salamander.
Yeah. It was actually kind of tough to figure out. And then after the fact, like, I named the team the Hellbenders. The guys were like, well, you could make it something steel because of all the steel plants. I'm like, well, how many things are you going to make?
Steel.
Metal, right? We got the Pittsburgh Skywalkers, right?
Yeah.
And I wasn't going to make everything an element. So...
It's Lehigh Valley. They probably thought we were Luke Skywalker.
Yeah,
or something. They didn't understand the steel factor in that. Peyton, welcome to the CWA. How do you feel?
Feeling good. Yeah.
Made weight. Talk about your lead up to this. How you were invited and how you've been training to take on Cam Amin.
Donnie came into Quest the one day whenever I was coaching, and I'd already talked to him a little bit about a couple other events, and you guys just had one right in my backyard in Pittsburgh, and I passed that one up to come up to Detroit, so that was funny. But I've been training down at West Virginia still, training a lot at Quest, and I got my coach Muhammad here with me, so I've been doing a lot of training with him. So I'm feeling good, taking it as serious as any other match. I'm excited.
Shout out to Akerley,
Yep.
tuned in.
Coach, for sure, the man. No, Peyton, for sure. It's always a pleasure to have you. So excited to bring what you have and what West Virginia fans and NCAA wrestling fans have been watching for so many years. That funk, that style. Weighing in and knowing that you have an opponent like Cam. Obviously, you've wrestled him, but not in a full 9-minute folk style match. How do you, or are you going to make any adjustments? What's your thoughts going into that type of match?
I think it's the same game plan as before when we wrestled. He's a really hard guy to move, so it could come down to one exchange. That's the type of matches that he's in. So I got to be sharp, get to my attacks. I think riding time's going to be really important, getting out from under him. So just 9 minutes, a lot of extra time to push the pace and get some points. So. Yeah.
I like that.
So has your focus been with the riding time point, obviously you can achieve every period? Have you focused more on your ride and being able to try to obtain more of those throughout the match?
Yeah, I always try to focus on the riding time. I think you can getting the riding time, building that up makes the points on the feet come a lot easier. So if I can wear on a guy for, even if I don't get the riding time, if I can get 45 seconds and he has to fight to get up, then my shots are going to be there. So I always focus on that.
Peyton, beyond wrestling, let's talk about your trails to get to where you are today. Where you're from, how you got into wrestling, high school, college, your career. Just a snapshot.
Yeah, so I'm from Chester, West Virginia, very northern panhandle. So I'm 5 minutes from Ohio, 5 minutes from PA. Did a lot of wrestling in Pennsylvania and Ohio. So I started out at a club over in Ohio whenever I was really younger, and then wrestled at Gladiators, where Donnie's from. So
shout out
at
Coach
West,
Waters, Ty.
Yeah, yep, up in Imperial. So was there for a long time. Then wrestled for Quest. I went to Oak Glen High School, so a 4-time state champ at West Virginia, and then we always went to the Edinburgh wrestling camp as a school, and that's where I met Coach Flynn and those guys. And then they moved from Edinburgh to West Virginia and ended up there. So, yeah.
Good deal. What are you doing now?
Right now I'm coaching at Quest. So me and my fiance just bought a house about 5 minutes from Quest. And then I also am still in Morgantown 2 to 3 days a week.
Nice. When's the date?
May 26th.
I was really good. You knew I was going to ask. He's like, he asked personal questions. I better know that.
Oh, yeah, I'll get it.
Good stuff. Where's she from? West Virginia?
Yeah, we went to the same high school. So,
oh, really?
Yeah, we've been together.
High school sweethearts?
Yeah, we've been together for about 9 years now.
I love it. I love it. Good.
No, I don't have too much else, man. I'm just super excited to have Peyton. Long time coming, known him for a really long time, and man, he brings it, and he's super excited wrestler to have in here in the CWA, and especially in folk style. You kind of put yourself in those positions that create awesome scrambles for folk style wrestling, and I know Derek, you got to be excited to have this matchup.
Oh, buddy, yeah, absolutely. The way that Peyton wrestles, the way you wrestle Peyton, it's exactly the way we want our guys to wrestle. You're not afraid to put up points. You're not afraid to keep the pace going, and that's really what it's all about, and that's why the 9 minute goes, and no challenge blocks either. You're in deep water, and you're a guy that's not afraid to be there, so we're really excited to see how that goes.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Last question, and then we'll cut you loose. Favorite song right now? What's going to be in your earbuds before you go out?
Oh, favorite song right now is "Rain When I Die" by Alice in Chains.
That's a good one.
You're gonna listen
You know
to
what?
it on the way
I
home.
love these younger guys that are digging on the '90s, grunge. I think that's what you call it.
Oh yeah, at the All-Star Classic, I came out to what was it? Bulls on Parade, and they were all pumped about it and the thing. So yeah.
Who'd you wrestle in the Classic?
Hunter Garvin from
I lied. I'm
Stanford.
going to ask you more questions. Hunter,
Yeah.
how'd it go?
Good, actually. I was losing the whole match, but I ended up pinning him at the end. We got in a crazy scramble. So
Dog.
yeah, it was
Dog.
good. Good scramble, but
It's like Gladiator, Quest.
oh yeah.
West
Those
Virginia
same
thing.
scrambles that lose me freestyle matches.
That's why you're here at the only professional folk style brand. We're so excited to have you and so excited that you're here. Peyton, thank you, brother. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Appreciate
See you
it.
tomorrow
Thank
night.
you.
It's Peyton
Yep.
Hall with the Pittsburgh Skywalkers. How about we get his opponent, Cam Amin, up?
Sure.
There he
Bring him
comes.
up. Bring him up.
He's got beautiful ears.
They are gnarly.
Cam, what's up, buddy?
How you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
Doing good.
Good to see you, buddy.
Cam Amin with the Lehigh Valley Hellbenders. I got to ask, do you know what a Hellbender is? First question.
Nope.
Like,
No, I do not.
it's an ugly salamander.
It's like an oversized.
Hey,
Yeah.
salamanders are cool though.
Salamanders are cool.
They are cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're cool.
Facts.
It's not
So
bad.
talk about your trails to get here, the call, your training, what you've been doing. Go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, first it was a good trip getting here, but we got delayed a couple hours. So me and Coach Roper got to talking in the airport, and it was a good conversation, getting to know him more. But yeah, training's been the same. Down in Stillwater, I mean, we really haven't stopped. It's like you got a couple weeks off, but helping Zahid and all these guys prepare. So it's like I've been in a training cycle since March still. So training's been really fun. It's been really good. It was a time of development. And then obviously I got the call to come down here and wrestle, and it was like, all right,
Talk about
now
the
we
call.
get to go. The
Break
call.
it down.
I mean, the call was fun. It was like, you want to come wrestle, right?
You want to come home? You want to come home and wrestle in your backyard?
Right?
Yeah.
And so you want to come wrestle in your backyard? And I was like, definitely. I mean, I haven't been home in a couple months. I was like, it's an opportunity to get home, but it's also an opportunity to wrestle Peyton again, who I've clashed with him probably 3 or 4 times now, and it's always been a battle. So it's like, those are the matches we love. I mean, you don't want to come in here and wrestle somebody you're going to kill and just be like, all right, that's it. I'm going home now. But so it was like, you want to come home? Yes. You want to wrestle Peyton Hall? 100%. So it was like they both worked out, and so I was blessed to be able to come down here.
Happy to have you here. Go, D.
Talk about what it's like to, prepare yourself for a 9-minute folk style match versus, obviously you're talking about some of the best guys in the world, Zahid, and,
Oh, yeah.
some of the guys you're rolling around with. But, you're stepping into a 9-minute folk style match where, routing time points are a premium and different rule set. Just talk about, where you're at.
Yeah, I'm used to 9 minutes. I do a lot of
like it.
overtime
I like
matches,
it.
right? But yeah, so I mean, that's something that in our room we wrestle a lot. I think that's the biggest thing. It's like, I mean, you can go run and do all this stuff, but the only way you're getting in wrestling shape is you got to wrestle. And so we do a lot of live matches and goes, which something this year or last year I thought was really cool. Was you do like 10-minute live match and you rotate partners and you do that 7-8 times. So it's like over the span of it's an hour and a half of live wrestling straight. And so it's like preparing for that, and I think just going in mentally is just like, hey, you're gonna have to wrestle 9 minutes, right? You've done it my whole life. I mean, it's done in the practice room every day, so it's just like I'm ready to go.
Love it.
Another day at the office.
Exactly.
I like it.
Exactly.
So I want to know about you had 2 separate experiences in college, right?
Yep.
Like you've been in Michigan for your undergrad, and then
Yeah.
you to be able to come and wrestle at Oklahoma State and finish out your eligibility. Talk about like the differences between those 2 programs and how you guys approach match day and everything like that, and like where you stand with that.
Yeah, I think it's a lot of similar stuff. One thing like I liked at Michigan is we had a mental coach that was always with us.
Yeah.
And Coach Roper is now kind of like that, so he's awesome to have. But that was one thing I liked at Michigan, and it was like the preparation, still the same, and you have your nutrition, right? Getting your weight cuts down. The biggest thing, I think, the biggest difference is we don't run at Oklahoma State at all. Never run. It's just there's different workouts that we do to get in shape, and those are the things that like Coach Taylor came and goes, I haven't ran in 10 years.
Yeah.
So we just wrestle. And so
It's interesting.
yeah, so I think a lot of like when I was at Michigan, there was stadiums and there was runs and heavy lifts and all this other stuff. And then at Oklahoma State, it was just like it's a lot of wrestling. It's a lot of like circuit training to expose those muscles for 40 seconds, like how you are in a match, right? So it's a lot of simulating wrestling matches in an aspect.
Do you think that's going to be a change in the culture of how wrestling programs train?
I think
I mean, it sounds
People
like it
are
might have
good,
bled
right?
down.
Yeah.
Good ones.
It
Kind
kind of bleed down from
exactly.
Coach Kale, I mean, to David.
Yeah.
To,
No, exactly. So
and
it's
they
like-
both of them have a pretty good thing going. So
No, exactly.
if your team is struggling, maybe lay off the running a little bit and start wrestling.
I'll tell you, the wrestlers will be happy too.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I think so. I think just more as wrestling evolves. I think it's just like people are always changing. I think I always have a conversation with my dad and my uncles and brothers and cousins and stuff, and it's just like, Dad, 40 years ago when you wrestled, there's a different style of wrestling now. Like, I'm sorry. We always get in the class. It was like, I'd pin you. No, you wouldn't. I'd pin you. So it's fun, but yeah, I just think like as wrestling grows, it's just always evolving. Guys coming up are going to get better. They're going to be better than some of these guys that have already been in here before.
It has certainly evolved, and I make comment of this a lot. And remember, I did it specifically in Philly when I had Jason Nolf as our color commentator at the live casino the night before the NC2A championships. And it's actually a challenge to call a match now because back in the day, you set up, you hit a double leg, head across, you finished. Now it's like full acrobatics out there. I was having a discussion with a good friend, a neighbor, about how we can use leverage in the air, not have anything touching the ground. And he's like, there's no way you could do that like a football player. I'm like, yes,
you can.
They do.
Yes,
We see it
Go
all
watch
the
Jack's
time.
Force wrestle.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
watch that guy.
absolutely. So,
Oh, man. Yeah. No, I mean, basically, I'm just leaning into more what you were saying. The style that you bring, and I think that it equates well to a match like this. I think obviously your hammer on top, and I guess for me, talk about what it's like. Obviously your family history is something that's very stored. Talk about what it's like growing up with that, and being your own wrestler, your own person, and how you kind of found your own way.
Yeah, I think it was always great growing up and having people to look up to. I mean, I got an older brother, Jordan, and Miles and Malcolm. Not many people know this. Those are my cousins. So
Yeah.
But just following in their footsteps and watching them do their things, and it was like, okay, hey, we made a mistake here, so you don't have to, right? So I think that was awesome. But coming into college, I remember sitting down. I had a tough conversation with my dad. And he's always wanted me to go to Michigan, but he was never like, hey, you got to go to Michigan, right? But I had to tell him, hey, I really do want to go to Oklahoma State in the beginning. And then the more I thought about it, I was like, I mean, but how can I not want to wrestle with Alex Derringer and Miles Amin every day? Right? At that time, that was a better option, right? Yeah. I mean, to get in there and get my butt whooped every day, I mean, that's how you get better sometimes, right?
Yes.
And then, and then the opportunity came last year to come to Oklahoma State, and it was just a no-brainer. I was like, yeah, with Coach Taylor too, and DJ and Fish and all these practice partners, and now the room's grown even more. It's just like, it's so competitive in that room every day, and it's just like, how can you not want to be in there and get better? If you love wrestling, that's what you want to do, why would you not want to go there?
Love that.
sure. Derek, anything else?
Man, no, I'm just super excited about this match tomorrow, and obviously for you, we're grateful to have you back in town.
Yeah, I'm excited. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
You bringing the crowd tomorrow?
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
No, it means roll deep. I don't know if you know that.
I like
but
it. That's what I'm
they
talking
do.
about.
We
Good
have
stuff.
to beef up security.
Exactly.
I don't mean that in the kindest way. All right, that is Cam Amin. He'll take on Peyton Hall in our
Cam,
feature match
appreciate you,
tomorrow
brother.
night
Thank
at
you, brother.
Showcase 6 live from Wayne Memorial High School. First whistle at about 5 after 7. Cam, good luck. Have a
Appreciate
good
it.
night.
Thank you.
Enjoy your bed at home, man, right?
Yeah,
Exactly. I'm
yeah,
staying
no,
at the hotel.
no
Oh, you are?
There
Okay.
you go.
Convention. Yeah, thank you guys.
Absolutely.
You're the man.
All right, before we jump to our next weigh-in, Derek, talk a little bit about where we can get tickets.
Yeah, man, CWAWrestle.com. You go to the tickets tab, takes you right to the portal. There's some second and front row seats available. There's general admission, but I know a lot of the teams and everything are going to be coming in, funneling in, and taking those general admission tickets. So be sure to get them tonight, get them in the morning, because once it happens and we kind of open the doors, I think we're going to have a funnel of groups coming in, and there's going to be a lot of people. So super excited for us being able to be here in Motor City, like we said earlier. And again, I mean, our next match coming up here, the big boys. I don't know if they have any history or not. I didn't really look into them too much, but I just know I love watching both of them wrestle, and they get after it. So we're really pumped for this one.
Nice. Well, let's have him up. Who's first? D Hall. He's special. He gets 2 mics.
Oh, dude, you got to give D Hall everything.
All right, we got Christian, Lance, and Sam Schuyler. Christian, go ahead and step on the scale, my friend. go.
Usually the 125 pounder does that.
Weighing in at 257.6 pounds, Mr. Christian Lance. Thank you, sir.
It's Christian Lance of the Central PA Whitetails who'll be rocking all purple tomorrow night. And we have
And Mr. Sam
a two-peat
Schuyler.
Fender and Sam Schuyler. New York City Response weighing in.
Weighing in at 254.4 pounds.
There's 2 pounds
baby.
difference.
Yeah.
2 pounds.
Yeah, you'll start.
I couldn't have planned it any better.
I had a plaster shake before this.
Said getting thick.
Sam, welcome to your second CWA Showcase event. First one was back in Williamsport, Showcase number 2 last October.
Yeah.
Yeah, almost a
Almost
year
a year.
ago. So talk about the second call and your willingness to drive out here to Detroit and take on Lance.
When I got that call from Derek, I was fired up.
Yeah, baby.
You know, I can't
You're
let
always
him down.
fired up.
I guess I'm always fired up. Yeah, and I had to make do. I had to accept. I don't get to wrestle a lot anymore, and you know, I'm kind of in that transition phase, kind of seeing if I wanted to wrestle anymore. But, you know, I get that call. I gotta lace him up. I gotta do it.
So your first one, you wrestled another guy we're going to have up here in a moment in Meach, and it was a great match. You came up on the lower end of it. What did you learn from that experience to train for this one?
You know, I didn't really learn anything I haven't learned before. Wrestling's wrestling. You just gotta be prepared. It's a long match. Maybe adjust my game plan more accordingly. Yeah, and I don't really have any spectacular answer to that.
I wasn't looking. I felt like I wanted you to change your technique. I meant more in prep for that 9-minute go because that's a long time out there.
It is a long go. My game plan is to do my best and have more points at the conclusion of the match.
Fantastic
It's
answer.
good, bro. Simple.
DC, go ahead.
How you follow that up, right?
That's why I shuffled it over to you.
So for you, Sam, right? Like you in taking this match, you kind of forced my hand of like, I'm wrestling in Detroit because we tried to get you out for the New Jersey one, and you're like, hey man, how about I live in Columbus now. Yeah. Let's get me to Detroit because it's a hop, skip, and a jump away for me. So talk about that, the transition to Ohio, kind of everything you got going on right now, because you're doing a few different things out in Columbus, right?
Yeah, I like to stay busy. I'm working out the Ohio RTC at Ohio State, wrestling with Nick Feldman, the guy's an animal. Working with Rudis, doing sales for them. It's a good job. It's a lot of fun. You know, I know wrestling, so it was a no-brainer for me, especially to have both those in unison with each other. So it's been a lot of fun. Still learning the land over there in the Midwest. Did my time in Iowa, so I'm kind of familiar. Everyone here is a lot more nice than what I'm used to, but it's cool.
Have you transitioned to a Buckeyes football fan?
I just claim whatever was better at the time. I still look at my Bulls from back in the day. I still look at them. They're not doing bad. Iowa State, Ohio State. So there are 3 good teams to cheer for right now.
Sure, right on. Okay, D-Hall, you do have to go now.
I guess I do, right? I guess for me, man, coming in here, wrestling a 9-minute folk style match, this is something that we're trying to prepare, and you just talked about you weren't sure if you're ready to lace it up again or not. Do you see this as something that, you can wrestle in down the line for us next couple years, 2 years from now, whatever? I mean, listen, when we first had you on, I was like, dude, this dude might be a captain. The energy he was bringing.
I am the captain.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I mean. So, I hope you're here with us for a long time, so just kind of seeing where you're at there and, training, so that kind of thing.
Yeah, well, I can still scrap. I'm the type of guy I think most wrestlers are. Like, if I don't wrestle for a couple months, I think I can still lace them up and,
yeah, baby,
put some
I'm
work
48,
in.
and I still think I can scrap. Yeah. I can, just not long.
Yeah, well, we're all in the same boat, and that's why you guys are sickos and added time to the match, which is funny. But
we added 30-second breaks since the last time you've done this,
an
though.
opportunity
you
to
get
ride
30-second
and get
breaks.
Yeah, but it's cool. You guys got a good opponents for us. Christian's a beast, and I think I'm gonna do my best to score a lot of points.
Any history there?
Yeah, I wrestled him twice.
Go ahead.
Who cares, man?
Oh, okay.
He beat me twice.
Okay.
I wrestled him in college my junior year. He was a senior, and at the US Open one time.
Not in a 9-minute folk style match, though.
Yeah, not a 9-minute folk style match.
Yeah,
but yeah,
baby.
he's definitely a formidable opponent, and it should be fun. I'm excited to wrestle, regardless of who it is.
Awesome. Well, we're happy to have you here. Anything else before we cut Sam loose?
No, I mean, obviously, it's good to have you back as, the captain of the New York City Response.
Yeah,
I think
baby.
it's your due obligation to show up to some of these and wrestle in them. But obviously, for you, we just hope that you continue to do this thing, and we want to obviously line you up with some more guys too. So I'm really excited to have you back in the loop.
Thank you, absolutely. Which one? Shout out Mom and Dad. Shout out.
I know you are a big mom and dad guy.
I am. They
Yeah.
couldn't make it this time. Yeah, they're my people. And Muhammad. Shout out Muhammad.
And Muhammad too.
That's my
Shout
Buffalo
out to
brother.
Muhammad.
Yeah, man, good
Sam,
stuff.
thank you so
Sam,
much.
you're the
Always
man.
full energy.
Appreciate
Happy
you,
to have
brother.
you back. Don't forget the
buddy.
draft for the CWA's next June. And team captain, you have to be there.
Let's go.
Good stuff.
All right.
Swag. Let's move to swag. Where can we get our CWA swag, DC?
Same spot, brother. CWAWrestle.com. It's on the gear tab. Pretty simple. We kind of keep that website cut and dry, We don't want to make it too difficult for our fans to be able to access what they want, whether it's old showcases, whether it's tickets, whether it's gear, whatever that may be. Also, quick plug, Fantasy Wrestling. Also, get the app, download Fantasy Wrestling. You can jump in to the commission's pool and top 3 each showcase, free gear, and then there's a cash prize at the end of the tunnel too. So
More cell phone stuff. Can you help me with that later? 'Cause now I am with apps and stuff, bro.
We're
I
just
gotta
getting
get help with my Instagram.
Smitty going on the
Instabook,
IG. He's like,
yeah.
"What's a story?" I'm like, "Well, just take it easy."
easy peasy, bud.
Christian Lance representing Central PA Whitetails. Welcome to the CWA Showcase 6. How did you get here? Talk about the call.
Yeah, I mean, it was our main connect was Liam Cronin, who's
Yeah.
he's
Shout out Liam, the man.
dude.
Appreciate you, Liam.
Yep.
But I was just, he did one of these, and I was like, hey man, let me get on some of that action, and he put us in contact, and ever since then, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
What have you done as far as training, getting prepared for this 9-minute go?
I mean, same old stuff. I train in Nebraska's RTC. I pretty much just do what the college guys do. I do some extra stuff here and there, but we train hard. That's like our thing at Nebraska. We go for it. We send in. So yeah, I've just been doing the usual preseason training with the college guys.
Talk about Nebraska's run last year and how incredible it was, and just
I don't know. Yeah, it was crazy. So like at every national tournament, like I would always see, and as fans, you see like, oh, that team's popping off, like, oh, that team's going crazy, like, and you just feel like the momentum pick up. But I've never been part of that team. I've always been like, oh, that sure would be cool, if my team could put that together. But something happened. I don't even know. I can't explain it. We just caught fire at the national tournament. It was badass.
That's a great way to describe it.
Yeah.
Another way, but badass. I mean, it was
Another
incredible.
badass.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys, I remember watching you guys wrestle at Iowa.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where it felt like the momentum,
Yeah,
the ball
dude.
really started rolling right there.
It's
I mean, what an
crazy.
amazing match came out on the other end.
Yeah.
An amazing match. And I feel
Yeah.
like it just rolled to there. But you're right. It just
No, we were just
there was a
feeling it,
feeling. Yeah,
man.
you had to feel it.
Feeling it. You can't even quantify that. It's just the guys were just in the zone. Like I just remember, it just felt so positive. Like the training, like after Big Tens and like the week, like leading into it, like everybody was all silly and like giggly, and I was like, "You guys about to wrestle the national tournament? Like you good?" And then,
Yeah.
but they
They were good.
were in the zone. They were good. They were feeling it.
Go ahead, DC.
Yeah, no, I mean, just to kind of piggyback off of that, I think a lot of it too, like we hear a lot about like the Nebraska culture.
Yeah.
So like Coach Manning and Coach Snyder and the culture that they've really developed. And you think back, really, it hasn't just happened over the last 4 or 5 years, all the way back to Jordan and James Green,
Yeah.
those guys and coming up through and the success that they had at Nebraska. Talk about like that part of it too, because I think that's big.
Yeah, I mean, I think like even since I've gotten on the team, it's gotten better. And like some of the older guys, like there were always guys on the team that were really good wrestlers, but they'd be drinking a little, partying a little here and there.
I went to Lock Haven, but yes, I know.
Yeah. You know how it goes. But like even like that, like the extracurricular stuff's like cut down a significant amount.
Yeah.
Like guys are like so locked in. Guys are training year round. Guys are going for it. Guys are like very intentional with their time, very intentional with their training year round. Whereas like even when I first got there, there were a lot of seasonal guys. Like even our best guys, some of them were like seasonal dudes where, season would end, they'd go home, they'd be doing whatever, and then they'd lock in for season. Like that, like our best guys now are locked in all year long. They're doing hard stuff all year long, getting better, intentional with their time.
Tell us your story. How you got into wrestling, where you're from, high school, the whole route. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I started wrestling in 7th grade just because my buddies, I was really into BMX. So I was on my bike, hanging out with my buddies, and, just like 7th grade dudes, we'd like fight each other, slap box, and my buddies would just beat my ass. Like they would just beat me up. And I was like, what are you guys doing? Like, why are you guys so much tougher than me? And they're like, oh, well, I've been wrestling, And so I was like, all right, well, it's kind of weird, but I'll try it. And, I played football and stuff as a kid, but nothing that really, like, I was so stoked about. Like, pretty much as soon as I started wrestling, I was like, oh, this is pretty cool.
Switch flip.
Yeah. And it's just like something, I was like, all right, like, this is something that I want to see through. I want to see this to the end. Like, almost immediately, I was like, this is my thing. Like after a year, I was like, I'm not like a BMX guy. I'm not a football guy. I'm not a whatever I was before. I'm a wrestler now. It's like, this is my identity immediately. And I was just like, this is my thing. And I'm
what
gonna see
attracted you to the sport that you found that you love?
He was getting his ass kicked.
Yeah, I mean,
I just
always I wanted to be a tough guy.
Yeah.
And I didn't think I was very tough.
You look like one right now. I'm not
I at least look tough. Yeah, I at least look tough now. But yeah, I was like, I just always wanted to be a tough guy.
Yeah.
And my buddies who were like tough, I was like, how you guys get so tough? Wrestling. All right, let's do it.
Where'd you go to high school?
Nixa High School. Yeah, and I was not very good when I started. Like I said, I started in 7th grade. I was like, like middle of the pack kind of guy. I was a JV wrestler my freshman year. I went like 11-24. I got beat up bad, and they put me on varsity for like some of the year. I shouldn't have been. I did not belong out there. I should have been a JV wrestler, and then next year got a little bigger, got a little stronger. I wrestled 120 my freshman year of high school, so little guy, and then I went 138, went like 500, 182, so 138 to 182. I went like 44-10, placed at state, and then my senior year I went 220, and I was like 57-1, and I won state. So yeah, just.
Pretty good run.
Yeah, I try.
That's a really the tree of how you developed.
Yeah.
I mean, you're the epitome of stick with it, work hard.
Yeah.
And here he is wrestling for the CWA.
Yeah.
So going pro tomorrow night at Wayne Memorial High School. Talk about your matchup. How excited are you for it?
Yeah, it's cool. He's a good dude. I've wrestled him a couple of times. He's always good scraps. He always sends it hard too. He's not afraid to hit legs. He's not afraid to scrap. So I'm excited. I'm anticipating a hard match. So I've been training hard. I'm ready to scrap.
So for you, one question I did have, because obviously like building your profiles and everything like that. So you and Meech, both Missouri guys. Did you guys ever cross paths in high school?
Never in high school.
Okay.
We actually were at the same state tournament, same weight class.
Wow.
But I was class 4. He was class 3.
Okay, so different school sizes. Yeah.
But yeah, he was. I remember thinking like, because he started late too.
Yeah.
He started like in high school, and I was like pretty under the radar guy. But I just remember like seeing him like our senior years, like him crushing dudes, pinning dudes, like climbing up the rankings. I was like, oh, this guy's pretty good.
Yeah.
I never heard of him, but he's pretty good.
Got the juice.
Yeah. Double legging the brakes off of people.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he was just born with that.
Yeah.
Born with that double leg.
That's a problem.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, he wrestled at, like we talked about a few times, at Jordan Wood and Demetrius Thomas match.
Yeah.
Absolutely incredible. And that's why I think that's, one of the themes here in the Motor City. A couple big boy matches, and, all 4 of you guys can bring it. So
We try our best, no doubt.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure you guys are going to have fun tonight. Thanks for coming up
Hey,
and joining us.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Appreciate you,
I'm
brother.
excited, man.
Buddy, yeah.
You going to do it again?
Hey, I'm in.
I like it.
I'm in.
Hey, listen, he's already next month. He's locked in,
I'm
baby.
in.
Easy.
Liam, we had a good time with Liam down
I appreciate you, brother.
Oh, wow. All right, let's bring up Mr. Meech.
No, that's the next match. Yeah, so it'll be. Go ahead.
Yeah.
The next match is.
You want me to explain this?
Tom, yeah, go ahead. You handle it.
All right. So, folks, at home watching, we had a little bit of a snafu with this match. Meach is here. Gerard Trice got the flu. Not going to be able to be here tonight. Not going to be able to be here tomorrow either. But we got a guy coming in tomorrow to wrestle Meach. We got the gas tank. Gary Traub is going to be coming in, filling in on short notice.
Yeah,
going to be competing against Meach tomorrow night, 7 p.m., Wayne Memorial High School, CWA Showcase 6. I tell you what, guys, gas tank and Meach going at it. And Meach was pumped when I told him, not because he wasn't wrestling Gerard, but because he has some get back with Gary. Gas tank got him last time, so obviously we're going to kind of find out his reaction to all this. Got to tell him real briefly here before the broadcast. It was a very short notice thing, not something we want to do, not something we've had to do up until this point. But obviously, Gary being able to step up, answer the bell on a short notice, really excited to have him here tomorrow night. And I know that match is going to be fireworks, Smitty.
Let's bring Meach up, and then I want you to talk about the Mercenaries and how that will play into.
Let's get him weighed in.
Yeah, absolutely. So Mercenaries, right? So you're going to see guys tomorrow. That's going to be. Oh, we're going to wait. We're going to go to this weigh-in here real quick.
I haven't stepped on scale in a couple of weeks.
Perfect. I got you.
Give it to
All
me.
right, Demetrius Thomas weighing in at 265.6 pounds.
Meach. Good to see you.
What's up? What's up?
We'll go
Repeat.
Mercenaries after we
That's
talk
right.
to this
Yeah,
guy.
we'll talk about the Mercenaries after this. Our Mr. 3-Peat, 2-0, looking to go 3-0. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good, man. Feel
talk,
good.
Talk about the call and how excited you were to come back out for a third time out here in Detroit.
Yeah, I got the call from Derek, and on I guess not really short notice. He's called me. He's like, "You want to compete?" And like I said before, I'm always ready to compete. I'm always willing to compete, and just excited. Like anytime I get the chance to test what it is I've been training to do. Especially now being on the senior circuit, competition comes very far and few in between. There's no like week in and week out kind of a thing. So it's always exciting. And this is always exciting because it's a challenge. It's not your stereotypical match. It's really is. Who's going to outlast the other or who's going to wrestle. So I just love it. Just love competing.
They're big, but they have tanks.
Yeah,
trust me.
that's right.
DC, that's got to be music to your ears, right? Two big boys Gas Tank Gary, obviously, with his nickname, but hearing Demetrius Thomas saying, like, I'm ready to go. I love the test and the 9-minute folk style match.
Yeah, I mean, Meach, you've done this. You're one of the biggest veterans that we have in terms of being here for a third time, and obviously we're really excited to have you back again representing the Skywalkers.
Yeah.
And for you, having a guy like Gary, right, that is going to go the full 9 minutes, is going to give you everything. What goes into that? I mean, obviously, like, you found out like 2 hours ago, so it's you didn't really have a lot of time to prep. But I know you said to me, first thing you said was like, I owe him one, basically.
Yeah, he has the last and most recent win on me, so it kind of gets you fired up, kind of wanting to get your get back, and I know that he is a competitor just as much as I am. So it's just like. Someone who loves to compete, you get excited about that, because it's not going to be a cakewalk either way, or it's not necessarily going to, be a flop. It's going to be entertaining, and I have a handful of those guys. Last time with Jordan Wood, it's like, dude, him and I are always fireworks, and Gary's that same aspect where it's just like they're always pushing the envelope on each other, So even Christian, who's on the other side of the card, it's like him and I have had matches where it's just like, we're all competitors, so we're going to compete, and it just gets you excited, ready to do it.
It's really ramping things up for whenever we do the draft, having all of our heavyweights that we've had participate so far. And it's making for an exciting future, and certainly that draft, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. Tomorrow night, here from Wayne Memorial High School. Share with everybody your hobbies. I remember the first time we introduced you on the podcast before our 2 Junes ago, so that would have been 2023? June?
No, 2024.
24. Sorry.
You're
I
all
went
right.
to public school. But all that you do and away from wrestling and all that you were trying to get into.
Violin is my very first hobby. I guess you can say I've done that since the 4th grade. I taught myself piano next on that, and then guitar. I taught myself flute 1 year, so I could probably pick it back up. It'd take me some time. I mean, I bike very consistently. I guess you call that a hobby. I do that very aggressively. Like, I would say in the past month and a half since I've been home, consistently, I probably get in about 50 miles a week, you know, so like it's pretty heavy. Like, I follow the Tour de France, you know. I recently picked up golf as a true hobby. Like, I followed my first PGA Tour, you know, and it's been exciting to see the FedEx Cup go out.
Nice.
Shout out to Fleetwood for getting his first, you know, big win like that. That was huge for him. And
How's the gardening? You wanted to get into gardening,
Oh,
growing your own veggies, and
that-
improve your kitchen skills too,
yeah,
didn't you?
that slowed down the gardening aspect, but my wife has really ramped into the suburban homestead lifestyle. Sourdough, we make our own butter. Like, we kind of do those little things like that. So, like, I would say she does 99% of it. I enjoy it. Yeah. yeah. But this year, this will be the, I guess, full second year we're getting into it. I'm going to try to learn and participate, you know, so that's fun, you know. And then, the kind of consistently running that route. I need to get back into my violin more, you know. One of these days, and this is, I guess, news for everyone, is one of these days I'm going to, my most recent attraction to the violin has been Celtic jigs. And so, like, I want to, you know, get a set, learn a set, and, like, really master it. And come St. Patty's Day, hit up a pub and just, like, stand outside.
You gonna wear
and
a
just,
skirt and stuff?
I mean, I don't mind getting a little kilt, you know, get a little get a Boston Scally going and just see what happens, you know. But that's something that I want to do on my bucket list, you know. So
Nice.
I feel like that would be,
Yeah.
you know, I'm not a man who likes to just, you know, sit and do nothing. Like, I like things that are going to keep me mentally stimulated, and that's one of them. And I've been lacking on that part, you know. I picked up anime, so that's another. I dove in deep on that, you know. Demon Slayer was great recently, but so I got so many different things that I'm just so interested in. But
You're busy.
yeah.
We're really happy that you still love wrestling and you're here joining us.
yeah, no, that's the core of it all right now, and I'm just excited for tomorrow, dude. It's gonna be. I mean, dude, I'm really like I get goosebumps thinking about it. Like, I'm ready to compete, dude. It's awesome.
Oh, buddy, that's music to my ears, like you said, right? Like, we're obviously having you come out here and be, you know, you made arrangements to get out here a day early, so you made sure you were here for everything, which is super awesome. We're appreciative of that, obviously.
Skywalker Captain.
Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah, Ms. Captain Skywalker, that's right.
Right.
Yeah, I should have.
I like that.
Sorry, yeah, Captain Skywalker.
I like it. I guess for me, my final question is, Meech, and you know, I look at your career, man, and it's like, you know, you're just the guy that's like every plateau you keep advancing your skills and you keep finding your way to reinvent yourself. You know, obviously you're putting yourself out there as one of the best guys, not only in the country but in the world on the freestyle circuit. Why did you find it important to come out here and lace it up in another 9-minute folk style match?
Well, it's wrestling, dude. It's just so, you know, to way to keep yourself sharp and compete. Like I said, that comes full circle to it all. You know, it's like the more chances you get to compete, you know, especially as I get older, you know, be strategic about how you compete and where you compete and get to practice those skills and kind of come back to the drawing board. And like you said, this is just another element to the stepping stone of, like, am I progressing, or do I need to, like, sharpen or focus back on the area that, like, I lacked in, you know, especially when you wrestle someone that you've wrestled before and they haven't, you know, crossed paths with you in such a long time. It's like, am I going to stay true to the things I've trained, you know, and not get sloppy, you know? So all those things, you know, competing often as I can, staying healthy and getting to a place to where I can, you know, test the things I've been training as the evolution of my wrestling comes, you know. So that's kind of why I came back and
All
to do
part
it.
of the process, in other words, right?
Yeah,
Love
and it's
that,
another way to grow, you know, and it's fun. You know, if you love wrestling, this is fun.
Meech is our final athlete joining us here this evening. I wanted to ask, you know, we have a partnership. The reason we are in Detroit is because of Beat the Streets Detroit.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you're very familiar with their mission. You know, Coach Joe was up here talking about it earlier. We have a high school matchup. It's going to be on our undercard, a young man out of Michigan in Darian Williams, or Cleveland, Darian Williams, Levi Foster out of Michigan.
Yeah.
Talk about what that partnership means and, the excitement in the mission of what Beat the Streets does. It, gets kids off the streets, uses wrestling as their motivation. How awesome is that?
Yeah, no, that's awesome. I think it's important. We actually have a chapter in Providence that we work with very closely, and so the things I'm going to share about them translates to all the chapters essentially. It's just like, one, it's an avenue for kids to get access to high class sports. I'm sure we all have an understanding that, like, to get into the club scene of any sport, it costs. In a place like Beat the Streets, where you have access to guys like myself who are has an RTC nearby, who partner with Beat the Streets, or even then, like, bringing in events like this where kids to connect and, like, get to know professionals like myself, high level wrestlers like myself, and then that network itself, just having access to them and getting them in front of someone so they have vision is important. And another aspect to it, like, growing up, I was a latchkey kid. So, like, I understand the importance of finding a place for a kid to exercise their time, whether that is physically or mentally, somewhere positive other than the streets. Simply beat the streets. And I am very well aware of the things that they can get caught up into. Let's not be ignorant about it. Gangs, drugs, violence, and just I guess just wild behavior, that's not, shadowed by supervision, and so it just gives them a place to learn and to grow and to have a place where leadership is at its highest, and wrestling is just the outlet that it does it in, So I think organizations like Beat the Streets is really important for kids like that.
By wrestlers for wrestlers.
Yeah, 100%. And then also it helps grow our sport. I won't even say unfortunately, but just the nature of things we are a sport that isn't very popular to the mass media. And I think that if you can get the youth involved and interested, that's where you can gravitate the future to be. And this can go into anything. If you want to talk about, like, marketing things, if you can market to kids and get them involved and grow up into whatever it is you want them to get involved in, that's your next clientele. That's your next generation to help push whatever it is. And again, that's why Beat the Streets is important, because if you market them the wrong thing, that's the next generation that's going to get them into the wrong thing. And this just is a positive light to it. And I love what Beat the Streets does. I've been a part of things like that, growing up, not specifically Beat the Streets, and it's impacted my life in a positive way.
Love that.
There's great marketing right there, Beach. Thank you so much. That was an amazing response, and we're certainly proud to have everybody out here.
Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah,
partners
appreciate you guys.
with Beat the Streets. Meech, we're going to cut you loose.
Yeah.
Get a good night's
Thank you,
rest,
brother.
and
Good
we'll
luck
see you
tomorrow.
tomorrow
Yeah.
night, man. I know
Appreciate
you're
you guys.
ready to roll. Demetrius Thomas, Pittsburgh Skywalker, his three-peat match.
Let's go, baby.
Yeah, let's go.
That'll be a good one.
Let's go back to Mercenary. Just
Yeah.
we'll talk about the 6 teams and then how the Mercenaries came to be.
Yeah, so I mean, we're going to start the season out next year with 6 teams. So tomorrow night when you're watching, if this is the first time you're watching a CWA showcase, you're going to see different team names represented by all these guys, right? Those teams that they're representing are the teams that these guys will be wrestling on in the fall of 2026. Now, those teams aren't going to be completely full by the time we get to the summer, or really the night before NCAAs, when we'll also have an event in Cleveland. We're going to be drafting everyone else in to fill those weights out in the summer of 2026, and then we'll kick off our dual meet season in the fall. The Mercenaries, though, Tayshawn Campbell, Matt Weinberg, that you're going to be seeing wrestle tomorrow at 195 pounds. They're going to be.
Matty's a three-peat, too.
Matty is in his 3rd straight one. Yeah. So, and this is a guy who's kind of come off the radar. That's Trent Hiley after his first match.
He's a dog.
Yeah, no one really knew about him, and the next morning after his first showcase, when Trent texted me and he goes, dude, I didn't know his game, and I said, buddy, we weren't 100% sure what we were getting either, but Yeah, he's the real deal, Holyfield. So him and Tayshawn's going to be a great match. It's going to be the second match after the high school showcase. But they're both going to be rocking the mercenary singlets. And those singlets represent, they can be picked up at any point in time. If a team goes down with an injury, has a guy who doesn't make weight, any sort of instance where someone isn't able to be there.
Gerard.
Yep. Exactly. You can go into the mercenary pool and grab a guy out for a particular week. Exactly. Call the bullpen. That's right.
Get Vaughn up.
Yeah, right. Give him the eater, Ricky. Yeah. So that's the when you see those skull and crossbone singlets tomorrow, probably around 7:20 in the evening. That's what those are. Those are the mercenary singlets. But both Tayshawn and Matt Weinberg, awesome athletes. Super excited to get them involved. And obviously Tayshawn, assistant coach at Michigan State, pretty close to right down the road for him. Yeah, Pittsburgh guy, Penn Hills grad. That's right, state champ. Yep.
I was super excited to have him on. Thanks, Dee, for that explanation. I'm gonna throw out. Do we need to do another rerun of tickets and gear? Or we good?
I mean, we can.
Yes, for sure.
Any opportunity to plug CWAWrestle.com. Hit the tickets tab. Hit the gear tab. Honestly, like if you're going to be here tomorrow night, we'll have the gear stand set up. We have Scrap Life gear. It's also going to be here, slides and wrestling shoes. So if you're into those types of things, need a pair of wrestling shoes prior to wrestling season starting, you can get them picked up right at CWA Showcase 6 as well. So you get your gear online, or you can get it at the event if you're going to be here tomorrow night. Tickets, same spot, CWAWrestle.com. Go to the tickets tab. Ticket Spice powering that one. Got some first and second row seats left. Also have some general admission, but like we said, they're starting to get scooped up. I'm seeing them tonight. Every few minutes, I'm seeing there's guys that are scooping tickets up. So just continue to move on those, and if you're thinking about getting some, get them now.
Get them now. You know, I love whenever you use sign language with wrestlers.
Oh, they know what they mean.
Like, I just went like this, so he's bringing up something that we're going to have on hand tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Coach, go ahead and grab the mic and explain what you have there and what you're going to do with it tomorrow.
All right, yeah, so what we have here is a signed Beat the Streets Detroit singlet. It's a Cliff Keen singlet. It's one of our ones that we've had for a while now.
Yeah.
And it's signed by Chance Marsteller.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't really have to introduce that name, right? I mean, that's right there. So, yeah, he signed this for.
We know.
Yeah. He signed this for us at NCAA's this last year at one of the clinics at that FanX clinic. So yeah, it was a really nice experience for our kids and the kids that were there, and he did this for us. So yeah, we're really appreciative to him for that and for this gift. And if you buy a ticket from now until I guess we say 7 o'clock tomorrow, on the link on the website, then you're going to automatically get your name entered to win this. We're going to do also the raffle drawing at the event tomorrow night. So yeah, go get out and get your tickets and right there.
Chance to win.
You get a chance to win that. All right, appreciate you
That's
guys.
awesome.
So impressed that you got
The shadow. Sign language.
Yeah, man.
appreciate you bringing mine. Okay, so I think we've covered everything. Who's officiating tomorrow night? Let's introduce our officials.
Well, we have two new guys
Okay.
that Joe found for us. So
I'm putting you on the spot.
you're putting me on the spot where I
apologize.
don't have my officials' names because they're Joe's guys from Michigan.
It's okay.
We're going to be Nick Sipes.
Yeah, we'll announce it tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly.
I will say this. Listen,
couldn't
for
make
you
it,
guys
though.
that are, in there watching, come out. If you're here in the Michigan area, Wayne, Michigan, Wayne Memorial High School, if you're in the area, come watch some of the best guys in the world, not just the country, in the world, wrestle at the only professional folk-style wrestling league here at the Championship Wrestling Association. Come hang out with us, and if you can't be here, obviously, we got the stream. Derek, talk about the stream.
247.
Yeah, I know Hunter and Ryan. I know them guys because we've been working together for almost a year. Hunter and Ryan at 247 Live. You can go to their events page, find our stream. It's right there. Or if you choose, it's right. It's going to be in all our links in our bios and everything like that for you to buy the stream. Get the bundle. If you're a bundle person, you want to get a discount on the streams. You can buy all the bundles that we've had. You get access to all the previous of the 5 for 5, and then also in all the future ones too.
Alrighty. And also Hunter and Ryan, owners of Sunny Days.
Sunny Days Arena.
Be home of the
Pittsburgh Skywalkers. That's right.
So,
Yep.
yeah, that's pretty cool. So shout out to those guys. Got to give a few other shout outs. First, our production crew, Flick, Sean, Matt P, Travi, Adam, Pappy Caldwell, DJ Wilds.
Yeah,
in the
baby.
house. Again, Hunter and Ryan at 247, and our good friends at Beat the Streets Detroit. So grateful for them and our new partnership. And how about John Gochi and his staff, especially Erica? I don't know where Erica
Our
went.
waitress is around here somewhere.
She's around somewhere. She's been treating us
she's
good
been
all
taking
night.
care of us all night long.
Yes, ma'am.
It's a beautiful venue. We're having so much fun. But shout out to everybody. Anybody for you to thank?
No, everyone being here. You guys, obviously. Donnie, Smitty.
Let's run it.
Wouldn't miss it, bro.
I know.
Shout out.
I know.
Let's run it. I'm ready.
I love it. I know. I'm excited to have you guys back in the loop. Obviously, we had a ton of fun with Nick Costco and
Yeah, shout
Mario
out
and
to
those
Nick.
guys.
Great job.
Yeah, they did a great job in New Jersey. I know we're on the kind of the western side of Pennsylvania, so it's your guys' turn to step in and step up. So really excited to have you guys back on the call tomorrow night.
Nice. Let's do it. We good? Let's sign it off. All right, folks. Again, tomorrow night, 7 p.m. We'll be live at Wayne Memorial High School, about 2 minutes from here. First whistle will be at about 5 after 7. It's going to be a great card. We're going to have an undercard with a high school match. Young man out of Cleveland, young man out of Michigan, both Beat the Streets wrestlers. And then we'll have a 4-match main card with our feature bout of Cam Amit and Peyton Hall. It's going to be a good one. So for all of us here, our entire production crew, my man D Hall, the commish, I am Smitty. Until tomorrow, you know the drill. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. Bye-bye.
Later.